What's up, nerds and nerdettes and wee little nerdlings all? It's your buddy Johnny G for Two Gun Pixie presents Legendary Gaming.
Shut up and sit down.
Thank you for joining me, everyone. So I started this sort of cardboard to cable series, and of course I had several ideas. I thought it was going to be one video. Turns out, way too big of an idea for one video, so I'm turning it into 3 videos. Video number 2, my friends, if everything drops according to plan, me and Tom Vula were very ahead of schedule. So sometimes things might clash. Hope this doesn't. Anyway, moving forward, in this particular cardboard to cable, I want to draw attention to a post-apocalyptic board game. I think that's a great setting for some streaming service or cable network show that wants to go a little gritty. It's a good setting. There's a good few out there at the time of this filming. There's at least 2 out there, I think, that are pretty successful right now. So let's throw in another one. And that game is Fallen Land, a post-apocalyptic board game. Or I guess in this case, a post-apocalyptic television show or series. Yeah, I think series, right? That would work better. Sounds better. So if you don't know this game, you should go get some information on it. This has been, since its release, continuously one of my top favorite games. I love the way it's set up with this post-apocalyptic feel of it. It's been a generation or 2, and now small survivor towns have set up across the remains of the United States. And in the basic setup of the game, you as the player are sending out a team of 5 individuals to go scour the fallen land. To go look for resources, to go look for gear, equipment, stuff from the ancients, maybe to meet up with the other players, to make deals with them in their towns, to betray the other players sometimes, to screw over those deals, to fight off mercenary bands, mutants. It covers literally, every single possibility that could ever have been put into a sci-fi post-apocalyptic game, which is why I think it's going to be a really good series. If someone is looking to create a really good show about post-apocalyptic survival. So again, like last time, I got my notes, so I'm just not like I'm doing now, just rambling, and you're like, where's he going with this? I got it. So let's rein everything in here, because God knows I could just go off talking until I derail myself. So with this, I would like it to have a mature theme setting, but maybe if that's a little much, PG-14-ish. It shouldn't go any lower viewership age than that, really. So yeah, the game is character driven. So the show is going to have to be character driven. Now, it is going to be very much like that feel of surviving the environment. So it's going to have that Walking Dead kind of feel to it without all the zombies all the time. But there will be some zombies sometimes. But it's not a zombie show. It's just leftovers from the apocalypse, right? Along with some mutants may pop up, some mercenaries. So add in a bit of exploration, like Star Trek. So Walking Dead meets Star Trek in a post-apocalyptic setting. Yeah, who the hell wouldn't want to watch that? So now the filming wise, think about this. This is going to have to be a panoramic show, to showcase all the fallen, national sites, monuments, visual cues that even non-Americans know, to show them in destruction. Yeah, we're going to need this to be a very large panoramic showcase of a show. It's definitely going to be driven in an episodic feel. It would have to be driven in an episodic feel, and it's going to have to concentrate on the 5 individuals on the exploration team. Now, just like something like Walking Dead, not like Star Trek or the classic version of Star Trek, where generally speaking, everyone's all friendly. This is going to have to be more like Lost in Space with Dr. Smith, season 1. Not the funny season 2 on. I'm talking about the black and white, deadly Dr. Smith. Every episode is literally plotting to kill the family, including the kids. That's what we need. We need dark history characters. I mean, these are people that probably grew up first generation post-apocalypse. So the horrors they saw that went through with their families, their friends, survival to the point where they were able to get to or help build a new startup town. Yeah, these characters, no matter how nice and good and hopeful they are going to have some black, dark backstories. So I think that's going to really drive these characters. But they are not necessarily going to be their own adversaries. At times they will. But I think that because the game is really about cooperation and screwing each other over, we're going to need to see maybe 1, but come on, 2 other teams of background players, of special guest stars that are going to be making appearances from time to time, befuddling and vexing the normal cast of the 5 investigative heroes or survivors, I guess, right? As we call them. I think that would really bring the pacing of the show, the pacing of the characters to life with interesting they're all each other's adversaries. You know, maybe none of them are really a team of adversaries. Maybe even having this thought now, maybe even just expanding it out to being like 3 different viewpoints of these 3 different teams. And they will be clashing and coming across each other and helping each other and screwing each other from time to time. Frenemies. Yeah, definitely. So season one, I think should be a race. Now, I don't mean Dick Dastardly and Penelope Pitstop. No, I'm talking about several different towns of survivors have heard rumors of some sort of survival vault, Genesis vault, Eden vault that allegedly has ways to bring society back if something like this happened. Who's going to get there first? Like season 1 should all be just a race between these 3 different teams of individuals and their backstories and their crap and their luggage trying to get there. While meanwhile dealing with this post-apocalyptic environment, zombies, mutants, random mercenary teams that don't give a shit about what town you're from. Other towns, besides the 3 that you're focusing on, yes, make reference to the other towns. They can come in important in later seasons. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to have a Mad Max style narrator for these episodes. I like that for this setting. For the post-apocalyptic setting, it feels great to have that like old man survivor voice that's telling you about these stories that he or she survived through. And you don't know which of the characters, if any of them, may be that narrator as a youth. Maybe the narrator just heard the story secondhand. Maybe he or she lived through them. Which one is it? I don't know. Yeah. Come on. How is that not going to be exciting? Really? What, did I forget anything here? Every season, a different quest. Every season is going to be some different going here, getting that, and it's going to involve multiple people. Maybe even season 2, there's 2 quests between the 3 that they're encountering with each other. I mean, you can open it up like that because when you're working on multiple character team storylines, it's going to open up so much possibility in season 2. It really is. Season 1 is going to be a great setup for the entire world. So that's my thoughts on Fallen Land, for turning that from a board game into some streaming cinematic, go-to kind of show. A binge-worthy sci-fi post-apocalyptic show. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Any other post-apocalyptic games that are not currently a show you think could make one that's interesting and good? Put it in the comments. Let us know. But that's it for me. That's my idea in this episode of Midday Monologues, Cardboard to Cable. Thank you for checking this out. I'm your buddy Big John and G, but Two Gun Fixer presents Legendary Gaming, and I am out of here.